Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in, y'all. Get on in here, get on in here, get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, thank you for joining us. Of course, tonight we got to get on into the shy, talk about it, break it on down, okay? Take it from the top. You know how we do. And I got to bring my co-host in. All right, my first co-host. All right, which also was my co-nominee last night, but she won for grinding in these YouTube streets. All right, the queen from Queens, Moochie with her hammer. Okay, put your hammers up.
What's up, everybody? What up? Yes,
Hey,
I
Moochie.
one last night. How you doing?
Yes.
Hit the like, y'all. Hit the
Yes,
share. Put us up in that algorithm, y'all. Ew.
absolutely. And my next co-host, all right, we was actually co-nominees for pressing because we be pressing in these streets, and she be pressing with them hats, them tees, okay, the candles, the cups. Y'all better get that merch while it's hot on the block. We got EJ the TV junkie coming in from Texas.
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up?
What's up, EJ?
Shit, nothing. Ready to
Hmm.
talk about the shy. Loving these
Yes.
intros.
What is going on, ladies? Shout out to both of y'all. I'm honored to have been in categories with y'all, okay? And having y'all just, us doing these collabs and y'all helping behind the scenes when people don't even be knowing how much y'all be helping. Y'all know I love shining a light, so, shine a light on them, okay? Put them TVs in the chat, put them hammers in the chat. Definitely
Thank
put some
you.
respect on their names, give them their crowns, their
Thank you.
flowers, all that good stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Hey,
We all
Monica.
help each other out. We all help
Yes.
each other out. And that's what I love about this small little community we
Mm-hmm.
have amongst us.
Hey,
We help
Rashonda
each other.
Greer. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely makes a big difference. What's up, Daria? Always the first one in the building. Thank you, Savannah.
Hey, Daria. Hey,
Hey,
Savannah.
Appreciate
Daria.
you.
Hey, Savannah.
Hey, Monica.
What's
Monica.
up, Inga?
All right.
Thank y'all for coming through. Definitely appreciate it. So of course y'all know, put it in the chat as well. But what was we thinking about this episode? What was our overall thoughts? What was we rating it? Okay. Hey Renee. Moochie, what you thought about it?
My overall thoughts, Gemma got on my nerve this episode. Gemma got on my nerve. I was kind of disappointed in Shad.
Mm-hmm.
Shad. I was kind
Mm-hmm.
of disappointed in him. I felt like he is trying to really resist, but it's very hard right now. It's very
Yeah,
hard.
y'all know I've been on Shard for the last daggone
And I
three
like the way Emmett
episodes?
spoke up. So
Yeah.
I like a whole bunch of stuff about this episode, and it was some things that I didn't like. And
Mm-hmm.
when we
Okay.
get to it, I'll tell you
What's
what it
up
is.
again? Okay. What about you, EJ? How you was feeling about this thing?
Oh, my bad, John. I liked the episode. It was cool. To me, it was like, one of those real filler episodes. I know they've been building up to something. I feel like something major is about to happen on this next episode. But yeah, I was a little disappointed in Shad as well, even though he knows what he's doing is wrong, but at the same time, he's still doing it. And we know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so, that almighty dollar, when they call your name, they just call your name. That's why Emmett in his situation. So
Right.
it was a cool episode, though. It was a nice little filler, you know.
Thank you, Renee. Yes, I felt like the name of the episode was pull up. Wait, no, the name of the episode was re-up. Child, I've been doing so many different things. My
Yeah,
mind
that's
is
the name
like
of the episode.
clouding. But I feel like it should have been set up because I felt like we was getting a lot of setup of what's going to happen with these, different characters, and which I kind of feel like that's where we've been at for maybe like the last two. Like we got the caught up on them and what they was doing and where they at now, and now we getting the setup into what we feel like Rashad about to do, which I don't think none of us care for. We getting the setup of Emmett with him making his freaking crazy decisions, which we will talk more about. We getting the setup definitely with Pastor Stanley, with Duda, with Victor. I feel like is one person that's probably a real threat. So even though I think the list is long for who Duda is gonna essentially be going after, and it's long for the people that's going after him, I feel like one person amongst them is a big threat to Duda. I don't know if y'all agree with that or not, but we gonna talk all about it. Okay.
Okay, that's what's up. I feel you. I do see how they
um.
were able to get,
Mhm.
why they're able to get so many episodes out of this season. They have done a really interesting job. I thought they did a good job at setting everything up. They've done a lot of setup
Mhm.
and explanation, so you kind of have somewhere to go with the story. I do like that.
Okay. Juan says Duda is straight savage this season, and Young Duda says, but the men's group was the best part. That was actually my favorite part of this episode. Y'all know I'm always here for therapy, so and I just like just the men getting together and being able to be open together. I love all that part. Anytime they show them, anytime they show like the family aspect, I've talked about it before. The you know how Emmett and Darnell are. I always enjoy those parts, and so that was actually my favorite part of the episode. To be honest with y'all. Inga says everybody's getting on my nerves. I feel you, Inga. I definitely feel you on that. So yeah, that was definitely one of my faves. Thanks, KJ, for coming through. Wait, these daggone comments is flying past now. Okay, what's up?
Hey,
Delete. Thanks
Jay.
for coming through. Appreciate it. Yeah, y'all. So, what did y'all think about? We opened with Duda getting hot and steamy in more than one way, and then Rosalind dropped by. What you thought about this? Muchi and this reveal with Q. What did you think about that?
Well, the way she walked in there, I knew it was her when she said somebody was here. Because she's like a little cat when she come in there, all sneaky, like 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 your cat.
Yes.
Like that day we didn't know it came in the room. Anyway, I just feel like with this, she's giving him a heads up, and if he's still acting crazy, he gonna end up getting put in the pen. Like the first person when the shot first started. Remember, it started with the kingpin in the pen.
Yes. Yes.
He's gonna be that dude trying to run stuff from inside now.
Okay, I can see that. What about you, EJ? Any thoughts on this whole situation?
Duda looked like he got a strong back, girl.
He do, right?
That's all I took from that scene. Nah, but I like
he was moving it too. He was moving them,
yeah,
the circle and everything. He was digging all up in that. Go ahead, Duda.
Already, but Rosalind is always ride or die to me. Rosalind is always gonna come through no matter what. Now, my husband, y'all, he says this is his theory. He say that Rosalind that she gonna be the one who turn on him, but I don't know. I just don't believe it. Like I straight up think
that
that
would be
Rosalind is ride or die.
I could definitely see that happening. I could definitely see that happening because she still want the power. And now since you hot, you're gonna have to, fall off like ashes. That's it. He's done.
Yeah.
I could see that happening. Good theory.
Yeah.
I'll let him know.
That would definitely be interesting. All right. Of course, we were sitting here making these wings. Y'all probably know what part irritated the hell out of me, but I just want to know, what did y'all think about this scene with Daggone Emmett and the fellas at the house with their weed wings?
I just like their dynamics. To be honest, I like that these guys can lean on each other and that they can talk to each other and that they got this, this relationship. So I don't know. Whenever they in the scenes together, it's always funny to me. They just always doing the most. But
Monica M says she think Bianca's a fed. Let's see. I don't know.
Ooh, That's a good
That
one.
would be interesting.
I like it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you fine. That's all I had.
Bianca.
I just
Who's
I didn't think
Bianca?
a whole
That
lot
was
of
The
the
girl
people.
that
chick in the
came with
shop.
Dre's friend?
No, that was the chick that was in the shower with Duda.
She probably is.
Yeah, the chick that was with Duda.
She probably is, but then that means she's been around for a long time because she knew Rosalind. So she was like, "Hi, Roz.
Right.
So how long you been around eavesdropping with all of this?"
But that's probably one of his. Remember, he said he got a roster, and I'm sure that she knows everybody on the roster. Rosalind, you know what I'm saying? And she just probably another chick on his roster. Especially think about how comfortable she was asking him about his business and who he thinks he can trust and who's up next. She was very comfortable, so she gotta have been around.
Definitely. Yeah. Inga says I don't like how they wrote the character shot. Oh yeah, it's pissing me off. Yeah, girl. Listen, I've been there for the last couple weeks. Moochie, how you felt with this whole thing here?
As far as with Emmett and them talking about having this conversation where they're gonna do the therapy, I like the fact that that Trig brought that up. As far as Emmett, I feel like he's really messing up right now. And but he's trying to prevent it. He sees himself slipping. He sees himself getting ready to get into a dangerous situation, and he's trying to reel himself back. He's trying to figure it out.
Yeah, Emmett was pissing me off, y'all. I said, I know this fool is still not around the house looking for the hammer. Okay, I'm thinking that when he laid back down, trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, I said maybe he put two and two together and realized that his father took it. But no, this fool really was still trying to keep it quiet, not tell nobody, and run all around the house looking for it. I said, I'm done.
I wanted you to get to it. That's why you mentioned it.
My blood pressure was so high.
You know what? He's high, so now he's paranoid. So now he's probably really thinking, "Oh my goodness, these kids got this gun. This kid got this gun." After the cursing incident, oh my! If this boy get a hold of this hammer, that's what he's saying. If this boy get a hold of this, I'm gonna be in trouble by everybody.
Yeah. What's up, Detroit Kings? Oh Lord, yeah, that I was just so ticked off with him, and then with Shard and what's his name, Victor, trying to ask him what's going on, and talking about here, take some of this. I'm like, that's the last thing he need to be doing at this point.
He was already eating the wing, though, so it don't.
Right.
He already like when he like looking every look. He looking under the keyboard for the for the hammer.
Yeah, that didn't make no type of sense. I'm like, is he serious right now? Them wings didn't look good though.
They really did.
Yeah, all that butter.
Oh God. Oh, so I did forget to mention the fact that you know, this is when Victor also brought up the whole idea of them talking more and them meeting up at the center. Did y'all want to talk anything about that?
That's what I thought you wanted to talk about.
I'm sorry, I just skipped right over it, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I thought we was going to talk about that first. So that's why I discussed it. I thought it was like I said, I thought it was a great idea that he brought that up because they was all vented to each other,
right?
And for him to create try to create a safe space for them, he's following out with what he decided to do,
right?
With how he wants to, what he wants to focus on in his career as a councilman.
Yeah, because he said that's what the next step was gonna be. Rashad is so silly though. He be having some funny moments in this series, even though he be irritating me. But sometimes he be like, "What we gonna talk about?" Like, and I know it's a few other times in the episode where I was like, "Really, Rashad?"
Yeah. As much as I hear his voice, I still hear the kid from the Jackson movie. Even though even though his voice changed, just the way he talks. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
I like the fact that I agree with Moochie. I like the fact that that Victor brought this up. I just feel like we're seeing so much growth from Victor at this point because he is following through. He is trying to make these changes in his life. He is trying to be this model, he's trying to be more of a role model. And I just like the growth of the character, but I do feel like we're about to, see him get dragged into some mess, but still like it.
Yeah.
Like the growth.
It's definitely about to be a mess. So this was just basically the fact that it was what Zuda said, the fake holiday. Does anybody know what the fake holiday was?
No. Is that a trivia question?
Yeah, that's a random freestyle trivia question.
All right, that's how we ain't want to blurt it out. I know what holiday it is.
420.
So everybody, I was like, Dad, everybody and their mother getting, some delivery from Tiffin of apparently.
They were making money this one.
Yeah, so what did y'all think about this conversation with I don't know, Robin Thechi?
She getting on my nerves too. She got on my nerves this episode.
She got on my nerves at one point. I'm gonna save it.
I don't know. Y'all know I always be indifferent with Tiff. I just be feeling like she just trying to get off from under Duda. Like she just want to get it by any means necessary. And for the most part, and to that point, I do understand because Duda is a menace and shit. Don't nobody want to be under his ass for too long. But
right,
I think her delivery, the way she come across, I think that's why people be irritated with this character so much sometimes.
Jay Alexandra says Emmett is acting like a child, tiptoeing around his house instead of being a dad and questioning everybody in the house to see who got it, rather argue with Keisha than walk into my child being hurt. Yeah. Listen, I didn't agree with that from the get-go. I never felt like he should have even went to bed without knowing where that was at.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree too.
So yeah, this is when we see Rashad at the chop shop. Anybody want to break this scene down?
Oh, this is the scene that broke my heart, yo.
Yeah.
This is the scene that broke my heart for the simple fact is when he came from out underneath there, I just like, damn. And but I was glad he said first and last time. But I'm like, he might get real back into that.
Yeah, y'all know this is just irritating my nerves, but DJ.
Yeah, I just hope that somehow, some way, he don't get too caught up. Like he done came too far to. I mean, I know that for him it feels like he ain't progressing, but who the hell want to go back to prison? You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to make these positive changes, and I just don't like it. I don't like the fact that Deja offered to help you, but your pride wouldn't let you take that help. I get that he want to be a man, but to me, this don't make you a man. This makes you stupid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I would have rather you take her help and did it the right way than to put yourself in this position to where you might possibly could go down at a later time. Like you say it's a one-time thing, but you get that money now and then next thing you know it's another job and then he got something over your head and then it's another one. Like it's just too much. Like
because he did look at that money like I ain't seen this kind of money since I did the bank job or whatever. And then on top of that, it's really irritating me that he was being a mentor and trying to help Bakari before. Now we went to Bakari. Seemed like he keep trying to pull him back into this space some way, somehow.
Yeah, it's like they're in the
young boy
opposite
influence
role.
him.
Right.
How was he letting this young boy influence him? That's the part that's making me mad with Rashad.
I don't even know if it's influence, Moochie. I just think it's desperation. I think that he's so desperate to get what he needs, what he feels he needs, that he just, at this point, he just desperate. Somebody provided a solution and he took it. But he just, to me, you took the wrong solution.
Definitely.
Yeah, then we see that these things are still around and they asking Bakari, oh, you know anybody can hold it? And who you think Bakari coming to with it? Like, oh, I just can't.
Yeah, Bakari was getting on my nerves.
Yeah. Anybody have any insights on this? So y'all can talk about it in the whole when they first see each other and when they come around talking about do we want to get coffee and all that. What y'all think about this?
Go ahead, EJ. I'm gonna go last.
Which hold on. I'm on my phone, my whatchamadiddly phone.
That's Dre when she sees her ex.
Oh, the girlfriend. Okay, I couldn't see it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know what the purpose, what the point was. Like, unless you're about to bring her in. Like, see, first, I can't see Dre ever doing anything negative towards the relationship. So I don't see her cheating on Nina. I don't see that happening because Nina's already done that. I don't see that as a storyline that will travel back down. So I don't know what her point or her purpose is. And I feel like I got to have more context before I really can even like really have a real thought about it. It almost seemed like unnecessary for this to happen. But at the same time, it is the shy, and sometimes they don't put unnecessary stuff in their stories. Like, it has a meaning at some point. We just don't see it yet. So, but I don't have a theory for it just yet. It just felt very out the blue to me.
Yes, I agree. What about you?
Out the blue. It was out the blue, and the conversation that they had made it sound like Dre is settled with Nina. And I don't see it that way. This girl looks like trash compared to Nina. So I was just, and then she was like, "Oh, she doesn't look like your type."
Oh, yeah. Like, get out of
here. What do you have? What are you gonna have her do? Are you gonna have her cheat now?
Right.
Like, why?
And it wouldn't make no sense either because she literally said that this is her ex-fiance that apparently didn't want to marry her but marry somebody else. So it's like, why would we even, I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't see that.
What storyline could they be brewing up? Yeah, what storyline could they be brewing up for Nina and Dre? Because right now, that is the one couple that doesn't have another storyline. The last time they had a real storyline was when Nina cheated.
Right.
And, a lot of times what I've seen in the Shy is that we focus on the kids a lot, or we focus on, how they do. And like they'll travel with the adults like at different times, like how they did with Jada when she was going through her situation, and then with the cheating thing with this one, and then Tracy. Like each one has their own little story every now and again. So are they trying to build a story for us around Dre? And like, I'm just like, I don't know what you're gonna do. Like, Dre is like the most unproblematic character on the show.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see it. But that's what they be want to do. Maybe to go somewhere later. I don't know. But I love this conversation right here. I don't know. What did y'all think about it? Even though I don't know if Marcus gonna stick to it, because to me, Marcus be being too light, as do a lot of these parents up here. But I actually agree with him with this conversation.
He's right. He is right, but I don't know. She got him wrapped around her finger.
Right.
So I don't know about this. I like I said, she pissed me off this episode because it's like you don't even have a game plan. You trying to get out of going to college off the back of Maisha. And you don't even have you just her mouthpiece right now. You're not even a lawyer. You're not even a real manager. Because if somebody come across with contracts, you don't even know what you're gonna be looking at.
Yeah, I've been giving her credit as far as which I've seen her doing with Maisha in the beginning and Jake, but it's like then with this conversation and you calling college a fraud. Like I don't remember because I know he gave her a piece of her, fund. I don't remember the exact amount. of Marcus, you be knowing everything. Hey, Marcus, if you remember the amount, tell us. But she done spent that up, obviously, right? Or am I missing something?
Look, she probably spent it on wigs and all this other stuff because she wasn't wearing all this stuff before. She wasn't dressing like this before.
I feel like Gemma always had a little bit of I don't know. For me, I think that Gemma's genuine in her in her quest to help Maisha get to where she can get it. But this is also her way of proving to her dad that she doesn't need a degree to be successful, you know, because that's the whole point. She's trying to show him, like, look, but I do think she has a certain sincerity to it. And I honestly think that she's doing a good job right now for what she can do. Imagine her getting the knowledge of this business, like really, really knowing.
That's
like
what I'm
imagine what
talking
she could
about.
be in a few years. But you know, she got to start somewhere.
That's what I'm talking about. Maybe she should go to school for that.
Right.
Or maybe not, because nowadays a lot of people's getting real big in the record business without an education.
Yeah.
But they gotta have somebody to read these contracts and stuff for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that would be an idea. Maybe she doesn't go to college for whatever she was initially going to go for. Maybe she goes for something pertaining to this, since this seems like where her passion is at, and then you're getting like a 2-for-1, and you may even get an internship and be able to go to other things. But I appreciated him saying, nah, you got to this date, and you know, by your graduation or whatever, and if it ain't done, it ain't done. Now, is he gonna stick to it? That's a whole other subject.
I don't know. That's the part I don't know, because he usually she got him wrapped around her finger. Mm-hmm. So if he sees a little bit more progress, he might give her time. Like, let's say if let's say if some money starts coming in and her video starts popping and stuff like that, he might give her time. Especially if she goes on tour or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. And she got to make this work because she's spending her money. Like, that's the other thing that had irritated me with Maisha. When she took that money off the top, you know, even though she should have said something, like, but I figured Maisha would know that, you know, she's supposed to pay her regardless. But she been spending her own money, like, trying to make things happen. Like it shouldn't even be a question at this point. Like, okay, you my manager, you get a percentage. Like, it is what it is. But I'm interested to see how this all works out. I want it to work out for him. I really do.
Okay. I don't think so, DeMarcus. He said Gemma doesn't want to go to college because Jake is not going to college. I mean, she kind of changed her mind somewhere around the time when she lost the baby, right? I don't remember everything.
Yeah, that's when she changed her mind, when she lost the baby.
Yeah, so Gemma always has different viewpoints on stuff, you know, and she just, one day, she just like, she just didn't see the value in college anymore because it wasn't her dream. That's what she realized. It was her daddy's dream. Like, this is the college we gonna go to. This is what we gonna do. You know how it goes sometimes. And she just stood up for herself and decided that she didn't want to do it. But I don't think it got nothing to do with Jake.
Oh, I don't think.
What did y'all think about the studio session?
I thought her lyrics was kind of hot, y'all. Mm-hmm. I thought it was hot, but what they said is, it's all right, but it's not what's in right now. That's what they said.
Mm-hmm. So that's the second time somebody told her that.
Yeah.
You know that? Remember, old girl told her that.
Though. I think they're gonna talk about her the way her appearance.
You think so? I don't know. I don't think so.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I never had a problem with how Maisha sounded, but you got to think about how many people was trying to get into the industry, how many records they hear on a daily basis, what, you know, who they going to take first, and who's going to be able to be on top, and who they going to be able to, you know, do the publicity for. All that different stuff factors in too, just like when we were talking about New Edition last week, and I was saying sometimes you have better singers, but they don't necessarily get the right material and all that other kind of stuff, and they don't have the publicists that some of these other people have, and they'll fall between the cracks, and you'll be like, well, how the heck this person got all the way up here? It's the same thing with this too. So I think they just kind of showing, you know, how the music part works, but at the same time, Jim was kind of getting hot and heavy with Maisha, like, you gotta get this going now. Do y'all feel like Maisha's kind of, do y'all feel like Maisha don't want it as bad anymore? Like, she made a statement that made me feel like, you know, it could go either way for her. I don't think she's necessarily caring about it as much as Jim.
Yeah, because she says she got a backup plan, you know, and that was almost a slap in the face because Gemma that's not her backup plan. She don't want college to be her backup plan, even though in theory it is. a backup plan for her because her daddy already done put his foot down, quote unquote. But that's not what she wants. But Maisha, she okay with it either way. It's almost like Gemma wanted more than she wanted, and that just ain't gonna work if one person wanted more, because she the one who pushed her to do it. Remember?
Yeah,
She
because if
wasn't really
I
even
remember
checking for it.
correctly, Maisha really wanted to go to college from the get-go. So I was actually surprised when she started even saying that she wasn't gonna go. I felt like that was kind of, a twist that I didn't see coming. So I don't know. But yeah, kids be changing their mind back and forth at any time. So you go through so many different things that you say you want to do, and half the time you don't be doing what you originally said, So
You right.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I definitely see issues arising with them.
Oh yeah, something gonna go down between them, and that's when she gonna put Maisha on Front Street, and she gonna be the one to tell about Kevin and Maisha when they have whatever that's what's
She
gonna
don't
go
got
down
no right
between
to
them.
say nothing about that.
Exactly. Yeah,
She
we
don't
know
have
that, but we know it's
a
coming.
word about that. I see it coming because she already did that little. Did you think that so and so was
Exactly.
tonight? When she did that, she trying to bring attention to it, and she might bring it out. But don't keep in mind, Maisha's not gonna bite her tongue with that girl.
Oh no,
she's
not.
And let her have it.
Yeah.
So of course, what did y'all think about this part, y'all? Where Keisha went.
About the when she need a nanny, and then he was trying to go somewhere, and she had to go somewhere. I just think life be lifing. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, she prevailed. You got to keep the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, and so I mean that's a part of being in a relationship and being. What they doing is they playing house in a sense. I say playing house because they not married, but I mean that's literally what they're doing. Like they've taken on these roles. They have a mortgage together. They've blended their families together. So this is how it goes. You win some, you lose some.
With this scene, she's frustrated too because she's overwhelmed. She got school. She's keeping up a whole house now. She's got a lot on her too, and Emmett got a lot. The nanny thing, I think, was a bit of a stretch. I believe they just need to communicate a little more so they can work out who, so that way somebody gets to have some free time.
Yeah,
but other than that, I didn't think it was. I mean, I thought it was funny about him saying he the Fresh Prince of Chicago or something like that.
Yeah, this irritated me.
That's the second time he made another reference of the Fresh Prince.
How are we talking about we need a nanny and a maid, girl? You wanted this big house. I'm sorry. You work as a teacher. How much money you make? How much you putting in on this nanny and maid?
Well, she not even a teacher. She an assistant.
She's an assistant, yeah.
She assistant.
And then
she got that off the strength of the interview.
I thought Emmett said they didn't have the kids full time. So I'm confused, y'all. And then it was funny. It was funny when what's his name? The oldest son.
EJ.
She said we're not supposed to curse.
Yes.
EJ is so funny. I like EJ. Now her son is with them full time. You got her son, and then EJ be with them quite a bit. Now you don't ever see the other two.
The other ones, yeah.
Devontae, and I can't think of the other one right now.
We seen them once last season when he was giving them breakfast that morning when he had them all. We haven't seen them. We hear about them having them all, but we haven't seen it.
Yeah, they don't show that a whole lot, but they show EJ a lot because EJ is Tiff's kid, so of course we see him a lot because she's a central character. But
because I do remember like the conversation they had right before they bought the house. Emmett made mention of, we only have the kids like on the weekends, so we still be having basically enough space for ourselves. And she's like, no, it's not enough. So I just was like confused, but I'm like, okay, we gonna roll with it.
If that people be needing stuff to complain about, first you complain that it ain't enough house. Now it's too much house.
Right. Like, girl, pick a struggle, all right? Which one we going with?
Okay.
It is hard though, because I just got a duplex apartment, and when I tell you, cleaning up now compared to cleaning up when I was younger is a whole different ball game. I'll be having to do the upstairs at one time, and
upstairs and downstairs,
and then the downstairs at another time. I can't do that all in one.
Yeah, I have a townhouse, and it's I don't like.
We went on this date. I didn't think they was gonna go on it. What y'all thought about that?
Oh my goodness. I was like confused by the fact that she changed her mind about, going on the date. I'm just like, girl, this is not gonna work. Like, not yet anyway. Like, she should have stuck to her guns. If that's what I think.
And with this scene right here, I thought it was cute and cool. But
okay, Monica.
I thought this was
I heard her say that. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was saying that Monica M said he said that about the other 3 kids.
Yeah, because he had them on the weekend, like I was saying.
Yeah, he had the 3 on the weekend.
I thought this was cute with him setting up the song, helping her get a strike. And she likes him. She's into him, but it's the age thing, and I get it. They're trying to be safe with it. And and his birthday's coming soon. All I can say is I hope she holds on.
Yeah. DJ, you had any thoughts on this?
Oh, it was cute. It gave what it gave.
Yeah, I thought the little Nita Baby song was cute. So of course Victor get here and get his, see his name up on the door and all that. He feeling good, and then who walk in? What y'all thought about this?
Oh, Roz. I like Roz, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Don't say nothing because you ain't seen nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep it on.
I like Roz.
Now you tired of telling the lies. Right now you too far in to tell the truth.
Exactly. Let it go. I mean, that one thing coming out with that one thing was one thing, but this a whole nother truth. Let that one stay where it said, bro. This one right here.
Exactly. You need to keep
this is I don't know. This is one of those situations where, like, if it come out, he would be damned too. So at the protecting his own self more so than worrying about that on Duda. I could get that, but at the same time, do y'all feel like he's the biggest threat to Duda?
Yeah. I mean, he could be at this point, because he's somebody who's, like you say, he's in a government position right now. But I think more than anything is that we can't forget that he is Trig. At the end of the day, yes, he's trying to be Victor, but he's still Trig. Like, he's still a killer. Like, that ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. And he's the one person on here, like, even though what's his name, he say he did what he did for his son, but I don't see him like that. I don't see him like no killer. But Trig is a real killer, and if it come down to it, he don't mind pulling the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Well, last person he took out was the cop that messed with Jake.
Okay, like it was nothing.
Yup.
Like, when he first came back on the scene.
Do a quick change from the suit to some sweats and blah 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 blah.
Like he pulled a ghost. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, look, when he first came back, and got revenge for his brother's. I'm sorry, I said the K word a bunch of times. My bad, y'all.
He got revenge for his brother Reg, and he did that right away. That was the first time we seen him.
Exactly.
So he did a couple of jokes, even with the girl with him.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when she say, "Is he the biggest threat?" Heck yeah. He ain't scared of Duda, and he knows his dirt.
Yeah,
he made that clear. He made that clear at the house party.
Right.
I think you need to watch how the F you talk to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting, y'all. So, anybody got any comments on this? Child, the only question I have with this is, okay, we went through, we saw how everything worked, we have this conversation. Now we finding out we need 2 separate places, we need more money, and we got Rob talking about some, oh, that means more money. I didn't know it was gonna be all this. You ain't say all this before. Now, remember before I asked, what's he gonna tell Tiff how much money he got from Mama? Because you got way more than what you was planning on getting to begin with. I don't know, y'all. But y'all tell me whatever y'all got thoughts y'all have on this.
I just think that I don't even know, it might be more than 100K at this point. Like the way your dude is talking, it sounds like it's a grip. Oh no.
Well, he's telling them how to do it the right way so that they could get the most out of their buck, the best quality. Now, he's even telling them, like, let's see now, if I talk, I'm going to start sounding like a pothead. What I was going to say is, now you know how they run, remember how he's talking about the cross-contamination and when people get weed with a whole bunch of seeds in it, you won't have people coming back to buy your product. So they know she's telling them what to do right from the get-go.
Yeah. Oh, no,
and I like how he was breaking down the thing with the worms. I never knew that. I was like, wow.
I agree, Inga, wholeheartedly, but I'm gonna wait till we get to that part to talk a little bit more on this.
Yeah, that I'm trying to hold that because she made me sick too. I'm holding that. I'm trying not to put my track shoes on because Tamika is steering the ship right now, so I have to fall back.
So y'all, these kids, y'all can talk about whatever part you want to talk about.
These kids was doing too much. These kids was doing too much, and they was all coupled up, and one of them was a couple that didn't even know they was a couple, and the other one was like, this ain't my boyfriend. They was just all doing too much. But what's funny about it, and I ain't even gonna say too much because that's just my favorite word. I know everything is too much, but what's funny is that Kenya is like somebody mama up in there, y'all. Like, I'm like, girl, if you don't sit down, but I know she got to go home to her daddy and like, I know all the reasons why she don't want to go home smelling like reefer and all this type of stuff, but it felt so like I'm the adult in the room type of thing. It was giving that vibe to me, and I just was like, this ain't gonna work. Like, it's just not gonna work. And the shade that Maisha was throwing, like, it was just a lot. I was like, y'all doing too much.
But how Maisha gonna throw shade and you don't want him?
Right.
You said you don't want him. He moved on. You can't get mad because a man moved on.
Well, she said that she always gonna love him. I don't think it was necessarily that she didn't want him like that. She just know that they not gonna work. Like, it was, they time had passed, but she still love him. She did say that. But you know how it is. I mean, even when remember when Kevin got with like that whole, when Gemma, she done moved on with Jake, but yet she was still kind of, trying to have her thing
go
about
back
how she felt about Kevin.
Yeah, she said something. Yeah. She called her out on it. I remember that. I remember that.
And then Kevin having his slip up, which everybody looked like, what?
That's the thing that everybody caught when he was like, I never should do it. But he was, he was feeling the, the ganja.
Okay.
Like, and they was like, what? What?
Yeah.
But I like the fact that they had the little game night. I didn't like the fact that Kenya embarrassed him in front of his friends. I'm not your girl. Yeah, she didn't have to say all of that.
Yeah, she really didn't have to say that in front of them. But Papa also, first of all, I was surprised that they even came back here after the bowling. I would have thought that they maybe would have went out to eat, or he would have just, I don't know, I guess he didn't want to be the oddball and come here by himself. But I didn't know that she necessarily needed to be introduced into the friend group right now. Anyway, I was kind of surprised to see that they came there after the bowling, to be honest. But she never said she was gonna be his girl. He knows that, so it was like, why did y'all even imply that?
Yeah, I didn't understand that, but at the end of the day, with this whole scene, you know what I like? Where she said it was something that EJ was mentioning about her and the way she spoke to Papa.
Mm-hmm.
But with the church whole thing, with her coming home smelling like weed.
Right.
At the end of the day, she's still a church kid.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want
and
any
opening
problem.
that window wasn't gonna stop that smell, girl. I hate to be the one to break it to you,
She's
but
gotta have some sort of
I know she
Febreze
tried.
in
Yeah,
the
because she's
console.
not into the things that they're into either. No.
Look, she gotta have some sort of little spray in her car.
Right, you gotta keep that spray on.
Gotta get that osium. Put that osium up in the air so it can catch the.
Yeah. So,
and I respectfully don't know nothing about it, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we knew this was coming.
Mm-hmm.
With Nuck showing up with this daggone money. Anybody got anything to say about this?
I'm scared for the Reverend.
Yeah.
I'm scared
Papa
for the
Stanley.
Reverend. Papa Stanley, yes, I'm scared for him.
Yeah.
But
I agree. That was mixed signals because she gave him a kiss. I feel like she really don't want people to be out here saying that he's her boyfriend when she knows that he's still underage. But if that's the case, then we shouldn't have went bowling. We shouldn't have had the kids. So yeah, it's kind of like you playing both ends of the stick. But I don't know, they kids.
Because even though she's 19 and she's still 19, like that much maturity haven't happened. To be honest, they still are in this, in this weird zone. You know what I'm saying? 19 and 17 is such a weird zone. Especially, and I know it's a double standard, but especially as it relates to boy and girl, you know what I'm saying? It's when the girl is older is what I'm trying to say. It's just such a weird overlap, and I don't know, it's a weird space.
Yes, I agree. So yeah, y'all, like I said, this was my favorite part. What did y'all think about this? You can talk about the therapy session. You can talk about Darnell in his conversation with Emmett. You can talk about both, wherever you want to take it.
I liked it. I love this. Was one of my favorite parts to the entire episode. I thought this was one of the main parts that saved this episode in a sense of just really like what to me the Shy is about handing out those lessons, you know what I'm saying? Like about the things that the show was built around. And I was like, I love the idea of throwing therapy and mental health into the conversation as it relates to Black men and them having a safe space. The fact that they had daycare there because Black men have children too, you know what I'm saying? And not contrary to popular belief, they are good fathers, you know what I'm saying? We got some bad ones, but like I just like the whole idea. Exactly. So I liked how all of that kind of worked out. I liked how they were able to talk to each other. I loved the way that Darnell talked to Emmett because somebody needs to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody really but you know what? To be fair, I think Emmett already knows that he's in too deep. I just think that he doesn't know a way out at this point. And then finding out about the hammer, I think that now he has a little bit of relief. Finally.
Moshi, what you think?
I love this scene. I loved it from when the time he walked in and he corrected him from saying nobody dumps your kids on your kids.
Yes, I was here for that.
I was like, because you don't babysit your kids. Because you hear me say that a lot. Yes. Don't babysit your kids. This is spending time with your child, your children, whatever the case may be. I like the fact that they talked about that, and I like that he told him you don't even know what to do with a gun. That's why you don't need it. Absolutely. He said that was you. Exactly. That whole conversation. I love the conversation that the men had with each other, and when Shad mentioned he lust for a woman that he can't have. I'm so glad that he didn't say Tiara's name. I was so glad that he didn't say Tiara's name.
Yes.
And he kept that to himself, but it was funny that Emmett thought it was Tiff.
Yes.
So I thought that was kind of cute. But this whole scene was good because we heard how everybody was, and I liked the way Rashad broke it down. Like, I'm listening to y'all stories, and I'm really going through it, and y'all got the problems I got.
Right.
So I like it was everything about that scene, even with seeing Jamal speak, and how he got to earn his trust back with his sister. So this was a great scene. This is a great scene.
Yeah. I agree with everything both of y'all said. I loved all the different aspects, and it is that way when you feel like, you never know what somebody is feeling on the inside, and then you'll think your problem is worse than their problem. Then you start hearing everybody else problems. It's like, well, maybe mine is not as bad. And at the same time, Rashad is like, listen, y'all over here complaining to me, all of y'all successful men. I'm the one that's struggling, that don't got no job, and I still ain't hear nobody offer him no job, by the way. But I still love that.
I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, I love all of it. So, moving on from there. Anybody got anything to say about Keisha and Tim? I'm about to say Keisha and Tim conversation.
I don't think it was really I can't remember the conversation, but it wasn't a lot going on.
She was trying to get to the thumb, and they both in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
But now she's talking about she need a bigger place, so I hope she don't hit Emmett up again.
I hope not. I hope not.
I don't think she's gonna hit him up for that. Now, that don't have nothing to do with the kid. I don't think so.
I feel like
have nothing directly to do with their child.
I hope she don't, though. You know what I'm saying? But I know she's not. But I'm just saying, like, for her to mention it to her, I hope Keisha don't say something slick, because she's in her little funk right now. So
I'm just glad that they still cool, like, because I like how they bounce back, which shows that they really are friends, because friends are able to bounce back. You say some shit I don't like, but I heard it. We gonna let that, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna let it go, and we gonna talk this tomorrow, or we gonna, talk about our problems tomorrow. Those are real friends that don't let the little stuff come between them. They gonna have to figure this co-parenting thing out, but I like how they come back and they bounce back, because, we don't see enough of women coming together. And I like how the Shy does that. They do it with the older set of women, and then they've done it with Tiff and Keisha.
I like that too. I do like that.
Either one of y'all want to talk about Gemma and Jake, when I think this was when they see that the rapper is wearing his shirt, and we also, of course, like Moochie mentioned, we say it like, did you hear Kat? What was that about? Was that weird to you?
She's doing too much. So you bringing it to his attention. Mm-hmm. I know she's trying to figure it out, but now you bringing it to his attention once again. And are you jealous? Like, what's the problem? You didn't want him. You didn't want Kat.
You know how she is. Because she want to know. That's right. Just be wanting to know stuff that she just be doing too much. She is really nosy.
Like, that's just part of her nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't really much going on with that, but we did see that it was some rapper that was wearing his shirt, and then they said, well, if this is what sells, where does that leave Maisha? Like, what would be the market for her? So does Maisha need to switch up her style? I guess, you can see the wheels turning in her head now.
Yeah.
What direction
she is going to try to get her to switch up her style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
So, of course,
and maybe that's going to go to the... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, maybe that goes back to Moochie's point earlier about them, about appearance. Maybe that's where she's going to try to get her to switch up her style is in her appearance, and trying to appeal to, because, they're in this age, I'm saying the show is in, the current age. So, and how this age is, it's a lot more sexualized with a lot of different things. So maybe that's what she's going to try to lean
towards. Because the rapper's lyrics was off the hook, and Jake was saying, oh, that's how, the rappers be. I mean, listen, Rap always had the misogynistic and everything else in the lyrics. That ain't nothing new, but it be on 100 times level now too.
Mm-hmm.
But this is when Darnell, of course, makes his famous dinner. I knew where this was going right away. What did y'all think about this? Man, what is Rashad's girlfriend name? She was showing out.
Jada. I mean
Jada?
Deja.
No,
Deja.
Deja. Yeah,
Deja.
Deja.
she saw right through it. Like we was out on a date with you and
Mm-hmm.
you and Victor. Now you with him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was wrong for that. I
I
ain't
wouldn't
even
even
gonna lie
want to.
to you.
She's like, things happen. Things happen.
And she know it was a fake relationship. I'm like, come on, that was like the biggest shade you could ever throw
Yeah,
because
yeah,
everybody
you know
knows
it was a fake
that it was a fake
relationship. Everybody knew
relationship.
it was
But
fake.
I think it's more about that she had a feeling of her wanting Rashad or Rashad wanting her. I think that's what it was more about. Which we know
You
that's
Think
really
gonna
so?
think
come
that?
out too. Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah, that's what they
think you
setting that
can't
up
even
for.
hold it in no
Yeah.
more. Did you see how he looked when she came in there?
Mm-hmm.
And she was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Well, what do you do for a living? You don't need to know that."
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah.
was like, "Well, what do you do for a living?" He was like, "You don't need to know that. I don't like when people ask me that."
Mm-hmm. Patty said, "Why you worried about when you got a man that ain't got no job?" I mean, listen, she
You
offered.
know?
She offered to help him. Okay, he the one that turned it down. I'm just saying, but I get it. She said, I'm sorry, guys. Some of these comments is flying past before I can even click on it. Sierra and Marcus was doing way too much with all of that PDA. Deja was hating and being all shady. Yeah, she definitely was being shady, and she wasn't even trying to hide it. At one point, Jada was sipping on that wine and looking like, "Girl, I know what I'm picking up on something here."
Mm-hmm.
That thing had
That's
me
crazy.
cracking up though. Even how
It was
fast
funny.
Rashad, hurried up to jump in and say, "Well, you shouldn't be asking her about her job. I don't like when people ask me about what I do." I said, "Yeah, okay, Rashad."
That's because you ain't got no job, Rashad, so you don't want
Mhm.
nobody to ask you.
You sound
Exactly.
like how they used to talk about Tommy
Mhm.
from
Exactly.
Martin. I ain't
Exactly.
no job.
Okay. Because when
So
you
of
got a
course,
job, you don't
y'all.
care if people ask you. You just like, shit,
Mhm.
I do this and I can't stand it. Or I love it. One or
Mm-hmm.
the
I
other.
I was so confused with this, and y'all can take this wherever y'all want to take it. We started out with just Duda and Bianca having this conversation about who could possibly take his place. We got Nuck and some of the other ones that he's saying is too wet behind the ears, okay. And then I hear this thing that Nuck is not ruthless enough. I'm like, since when? And then I was confused as to how Rashad ended up entering into this. I'm like, wasn't you just at the dinner? So y'all can talk about any of those parts y'all want to. Take it wherever you want to
That's
take
what I
it.
said. I said, Nuck is not Nuck is not ruthless enough. What are you talking about? He had like girls out down in the house, but they couldn't go nowhere. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm saying it. But now he's saying that it should be Rashad in charge. So if you telling him that, why you bringing him up like this when you gonna have him holding a bag full of hammers? You would keep him far away from the dirt as possible, since you know he already did some time in the pen.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It was
Because
good to see. I'm sorry.
no. I was just saying exactly. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was saying it was good to see the chick from Girlfriends.
Yes,
I
yes,
like
Yeah.
seeing that
I
one.
like her.
yeah,
I forgot her
definitely.
name because my friend when she
I
watched,
think
she was
it's
like,
Jill
"She's on
Marie.
this."
Jill Marie
Mm-hmm.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tierra is the gold digger. I mean, she have a history behind her. That's why I'm curious to see where this thing with her and Marcus goes to. I ain't saying she not, but you
I'm
know.
thinking she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. I ain't
Right.
mad at Tierra. Tierra say
Right.
look.
Listen. But yeah, EJ, what was you thinking about this whole situation?
I don't know. The side part threw me off.
It
That was
did.
the main part that threw me off because I didn't even think. he was like, I was like, where did this even come from? So I don't know. I was a little thrown off by that. And then again, I didn't look at this multiple times. I looked at it one time, but I was like, what? Okay. And then, but I definitely did not agree with the Nuck thing. Nuck was a whole ghetto pimp out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, like he was doing a lot. And, you know, he has a reputation and he's supposed to be your security, you know what I'm saying? Like the person that's supposed to be protecting you. So how you gonna be like, he not like, and I get that there's a certain level that you have to be willing to do, but I just don't see Nuck as not being ruthless when it's all said and done. Do I see a soft side in him? We saw one. We saw one with the Keisha situation and, you know, but that was the only time we really saw that, to be honest. We don't really see him as, so I don't know what he was talking about. Maybe it's something else that he's looking for. Maybe it's an overall thing. That's the only thing I could come up with, but I was like, I don't know. And then the other dude, he too fresh, he too new. So why would we even trust him at all? I don't even like him. I don't know. Something about him looks snake-ish. Something
He
about
just
him ain't
looked
right.
like he just took a bath for the first time. He looked all dirty before. Well, I'm sorry, y'all. I know I sound real emotional with that, right?
Like, yeah, I didn't like nothing about this thing. First of all, it caught me off guard that Rashad was coming in, and then he's like all happy at first, like, oh, I can sit here and smoke. This is better than having to smoke outside, and I can have a drink. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, when you see that bag of him, it's like, what did you think they was inviting you here for, Rashad? Oh, come on now. Even though he keeps turning them down, it's like you also keep putting yourself in a predicament and in a space. Mind you, just when we left the meeting, Darnell just finished saying, watch the company you keep. So while you coming in here, then you want to jump up. I mean, look at the face of the before and the after. You like, when the bag comes out, I'm like, Rashad, cut it out.
And then Bakari, like, he gonna go talk to him. But you know what else? I lost my thought. What was I about to say? It was about I'll come back to it. I'll think about it. But yeah, when Bakari is like he gonna go talk to him, I'm like, what you gonna talk to him about exactly?
That's the part I didn't understand either. How you convincing him? He's the one that talked you out of doing the stuff you was doing last season. I'm not understanding that. And you know what else? I had a problem with y'all dragging this bag of hammers around, right? Why this kid can't hold it? The dude, you know, the little dusty looking dude.
Yeah, he one ain't got no skin in the game.
Right.
Yeah, let him hold it. I don't understand how you trying to recruit him for this. And you know that him and you know that's Trig's boy. So now you want to try to get him set Trig off, but he end up getting mad.
Yeah, we already could see all the plays. That's why I said this was the setup. Definitely the setup for a lot of things. I don't know, y'all. But this is where I get ticked the hell off at, and where I agree with the comments that Inga said earlier. Anybody want to talk about it? I'll let y'all go first.
I had to go on mute because I was like, she pissed me off because he ain't telling you no. He's just telling you gotta wait. You gotta wait. Wait for this permit, and he got other things to tend to before he take care of that. Now, I'm like, go ahead, girl. Then you gonna say
y'all know how to
own it. He's not even out here talking yet.
I don't know. When I look at this part right here, I just know how Tiff is, and I don't know. I just feel like I know a Tiff, and that's why I love Tiff. Tiff is probably one of my favorite characters, but y'all know how I am. I'm an Iffy fan too, so y'all know I always be riding for certain people. But I love Tiff. I love her character because she just she be real with it. She like, shit, I ain't feeling this shit, and okay, I'm gonna go do this shit illegally then. Fuck it. I'm gonna do this. So, but I can understand why people would be irritated with her. But I just, she just frustrated. She frustrated because she don't want nothing to do with Duda, and she want this business to work. It have to be hard to see your ex and I'm just gonna this is my last thing. It has to be hard to see your ex after y'all break up go on to, you know, because they was both business minded, to go on and have this business that's working. We know why it's working, but at the same time, she don't know. But have this business and it's thriving, and he's doing so much better for himself. And for you to want to, you think you want to be on a level where you can, you know, take care of yourself, and you know, and have this business, and you want to, you know, you want all these things to happen, but now somebody's telling you that it can't happen. First it was the money, we get the money, now we can't get the permit, and she frustrated. And I understand that frustration, but she a person that be frustrated and she come back later and calm down, but in the moment she just be heated. So, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but
Listen.
don't you think she's making a hasty decision, PJ?
I don't think she should. I think that this is all the wrong way to go about it. Like nobody, it's like going to sell food without a permit. That's gonna get you shut down and all
Yeah,
types
this
of stuff
pissed
before
me
it
off.
even
I
starts.
get you being frustrated, but at the end of the day, you do not go to a business meeting. I guess what her frame of mind was, oh, we know Victor, he gonna give us the hookup. We not gonna have to wait for nothing. He's not telling you
But
no,
that's
like
what people
Lucci
do,
said.
though.
He's saying, but it probably would take 6 months. I got other things I got to do too. It's certain channels you're gonna have to go through. And being as though oh, what's his name, Cairo came with them, I'm sure he should have been able to tell them that too. He was coming saying, I will endorse them and back them up. So that's another help you got on your foot. Even if you want to do whatever you're going to do on the side in the meantime while you're waiting on this, you still start the process on this, because I don't care what business it is. It's going to be a process. It's not no 1, 2, 3. There's always channels and different things that you need, especially when you're talking about buying properties and doing all this different stuff. You was going to have to go through stuff regardless before you wasn't going to be able to have your business tomorrow. So I just felt like she was acting like a 3-year-old, storming the hell out of the place. Oh, forget it. I'm going to just do it this and this and this way. Then she's saying Rob going through whatever she tell him to do. I said, between Rob, Mama, and her, I don't know. Rob better watch his back.
I think Rob will put her in her place, though.
I was just so annoyed with that, yo. I'm not even gonna lie.
I hope he put her. I think he gonna put her in his place, because he out here still trying to figure out.
And then does she even know that he's trying to figure that out? Does she know about? I'm so curious.
No, she don't know none of that.
Conversations.
Because she
don't know none of that. And that's why I think she don't know none of that, and that's why I think he gonna put her in her place. He gonna tell her to pump up brakes, because he's trying not to make no waves right now, and he's trying to get out from under Judah's thumb without making a big splash. If she does this, it's gonna go left.
Yeah.
And remember, Tamika, we talked about this last season about her probably getting jammed up and getting arrested, and really lose, and then that kid really be with Emmett. Mm-hmm. So we always talked about that.
But so I do think the other. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were finishing. No. I thought you were. Finishing.
No. You good.
No, I was just gonna say that I think it was more so the way that Q came. Quincy wasn't giving no F's about how he was telling about that permit. Basically, it wasn't on Q's agenda, but Trig was trying to be all political with it, and because they cool or whatever. So I think that was more so what the issue was, is that Quincy was like, we ain't finna do this. Like that's on the back burner. But something is gonna happen with that at the end of the day. Her doing it this way is not the right way, and it's just not gonna work out. And something tells me that Rob will probably go along with it. I don't want him to go along with it. I want him to say something, but I think that because he want to get off from under Duda too, that he's gonna go along with the foolishness, and then they're gonna be in a worse situation. And then he not telling her about this. I feel like if he tells her about what's really going on, she pulls back. 100%. People don't communicate.
Yeah, well, because even when she asked him, I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say, even when she asked him how long is it gonna take for us to get under Duda, he just said, give me some time, a little time, something along them lines. So I don't know why she acting like she don't know who the Duda is either. Like it's just gonna be easy for us to get from underneath him and start this whole business, and we gonna be going and popping next week. No, it's not gonna be that. Like, I need people to be in reality, but I know, this is the show. But it was making me mad. I was
this to happen overnight.
Yeah. But what did y'all think about the Victor and Rob with him asking him, him waiting for people to step out so he could talk to him?
Oh, Rob knows that Victor's lying. He knows a lot of people's lying to him. He know that Nook is lying too.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna find out though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just want Victor to go down.
God, they was running my blood pressure.
That's the only thing. And I just wish Rob, I don't know. I just wish he hadn't asked for that extra 50,000. Even though I know apparently it ain't enough money now, but still, I just wish if he had never asked for that extra money, then he wouldn't be all he would have been obligated to do was give a name and he could have went on. But now he on a whole nother level. This is about to get crazy, especially when it comes to fruition.
What's up, Brillo?
You know. What's up, Brillo?
Hey, Brillo.
That his mother, he was going to do it because he was going to hit his mother up for the money. So of course, I'm just looking at it like how some kids come to their parents. They're gonna try to get the most.
This is a fact, Tina. Tina said Duda is the type of person who will burn down Tiff and Rob Nursery with their product. That's 100% fact.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Of course.
Brillo said he pressed them.
Look at what he did to Reg.
Uh-huh. But do y'all think that they have somewhere down the line these two is going to come together? Or do y'all think that?
I keep hearing people say that theory, and it's a possibility. I don't know. I don't count it out. It's a good theory.
I mentioned that. I mentioned it too. I believe it. I can see it happening. I can see it happening for the simple fact. And I feel like Emmett is going to come to them too.
I mean, think
because
about
they
it.
all in that group too. I think they're gonna take him down like the Giant. Like they're gonna all band together. I think it's gonna be more than one person. It have to be because
yes, y'all.
If it's done right, the rest of them will fall back. That's working with him.
Yeah, maybe that's when when he come out with a big hammer. You know what I'm saying? Remember that part in the trailer?
Oh
maybe they
yeah.
all united.
Yeah, the trailer.
But that's a good idea though. Like I like that theory of all of them uniting together to take down the big bad wolf because I mean, ain't that pretty much what Pastor Stanley been talking about in his so I can see it. Maybe he's foreshadowing too. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been telling us this entire time that that's what it's going to take. We all know who he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So this part pissed me off too. I know I don't even got to tell y'all that. But go ahead. Wait a minute. Y'all think that gun has you body on it?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably so.
He pissed me off this scene, Emmett, because he was just like, you acting too like, you should have been just like everybody else.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. We done seen Rashad turn down stuff 3 times. We done seen, even though he shouldn't have been there in the first place, we done seen Pastor turn it down, say no weapon is gonna be formed against me. But Dingbird freaking Emmett.
Yeah, because Emmett don't want to say no. He don't want to say no. He don't want to cut off the hand that's feeding him. You know what I'm saying? And that's what his problem is that it's the money. For Emmett, it's all about the money at the end of the day. And you know what's even funnier is that there was another foreshadowing moment like way back when Jamal was talking about Bakari, but look who it's been happening to. First you do this, and then we tell you to hold something, and then this. How when he talks about how they pull people in when he was telling his sister the game, and how it was gonna happen to Bakari, but look who it's actually happening to.
It's happening to Emmett. It happened to Bakari too, because he was asked to hold something too.
Exactly.
But I'm talking about
he was asked to hold something too, because I got a theory that I'm doing on it. I'll mention it when, like I said.
Yeah, this ticked me off. Then he gonna say, "What if Keisha found it or see?" He's gonna make sure it's somewhere where she can't find it. I just want to slap him into the TV.
Oh yeah,
Oh, sorry,
she don't find it. She don't
Nah,
find
but you
it.
right though.
yes,
She finding that next
MJ.
episode.
Emmett definitely does need Darnell. Darnell did the right thing. I don't care what nobody say, cause he know
Yeah,
his
Yes,
money. No,
yeah, he
definitely.
did the right thing, and he do need Darnell. He needs Darnell more than he knows.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah, Emmett's tripping for real, for real. And Keisha gonna find this money next episode.
Hmm.
Yeah. I hope she
So
don't
y'all,
give
we
none of
getting to
it to
the end of this
Tiff.
thing.
Sorry.
Huh?
I said I hope she don't give none of it to Tiff. I'm just saying. So I
Oh,
see the bigger
shoot.
spot and stuff.
Oh, Lord. We getting to the end of this thing with the whole, Pastor said, devils up amongst us. What y'all gonna do? Yo, this was
Yeah.
crazy to me. Everybody was smoking, then everybody went to church. Okay, everybody was up in this place. So we all know who he's talking about. We know who he's talking about. They know who he's talking about. He know who he's talking about. What y'all thought about this?
It was just the speech was very impactful. He will devour us.
Mm-hmm.
He's letting them know they got to band together to take this down, take them down.
Yep. Yeah, that's the part I was talking about right there. He's telling them the blueprint, like this is the only way. Like this is
Right.
how it happens. And he right though. Like they gonna have to pull together in order to get their city back. Not the whole city because Tommy over there working shop on the other part in the other half of the city, but to get
All
this
right.
part of the city back.
Mm. That's an interesting one. Um, Jay says, I think that Papa's mama is going to get caught in the crossfire, and next season we will have Papa angry with his father and his fake testing. I don't know, because we was I don't know.
Well, Papa
Maybe
and his
so,
daddy about to get into it because in the trailer they have that conversation. They have this
mhm.
heated argument in that trailer, so they definitely about to have some words about something. Even though I think it probably got to do with oh girl
Mhm.
more than anything. But do y'all still feel the same way about have your theories changed about who's going to get unalived, or are you still in the same places?
But for some reason, on one hand, I feel like they making it too dead on where we supposed to now feel like it's gonna be him, especially since he turned down the money. I mean, dude, I literally gets up and say, "Take care of it." What else can take care of it me? But it's a
Mm-hmm.
part of me that feels like because they making it so, just spot on that it's gonna be him, that they may be going after him and somebody else gets caught in the crossfire. I'm starting to kind of feel that way as well. I don't
I
know,
think it's gonna
y'all.
be
It can go
Bakari.
either way.
I still think Bakari. My thing. Mine has always been.
And I
Been
did
around a
see
couple of
like
people.
Bakari possibly stepping up. Hey,
Yeah, I think
OC.
he tries to save him, and I think
Yes.
that might be where that might be the person who tries to step in,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe that's it. Because I don't know, everybody's crying. You know what I'm saying? You got Kev
Mm-hmm.
crying, you got Lene crying. Well, about to call but Janae, but Lene crying.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's still
Yeah,
where
there's a lot
I
of
think I'm gonna stick to that
storylines.
one.
I kept saying that I felt like if they was gonna do it in this way with so many characters, and they did, come with this 16 episodes this time, kind of feels like they could have done it another way where we concentrate on certain characters and certain episodes or whatever. But nonetheless, that's the way they decided to do it because there is a lot going on all at one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
But it's
and they've
like,
done that. I think every season. I think I've gotten
mhm,
used to it at this point because this is the one show that they don't
mhm,
never hone in on just
yeah,
that one thing. They be to this one, to
yeah,
that one, to this one, and you just gotta kind of follow.
hmm,
Like okay,
Exactly.
this happened.
yeah, y'all. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. So y'all think we gonna see somebody get taken out in the next episode?
I say next
Oh, yeah, I think
episode
it's
or
gonna
the
be the one
episode
after
after
that
that.
because I think the next episode is the graduation. So does this happen after they coming from the graduation?
Oh
I think it
Lord,
happens at the very end. That's what I think. I think it
no.
happens at the very, very end. Whatever it is gonna happen at the end, and then that's
Oh,
the next episode is where we're gonna see the the other stuff that we already seen. But I think whatever happens at the very end of the episode, and that's where they leave us at. That's what I
yeah,
think.
we're gonna have our no Jesus no moment.
Yeah, it really
Mm-hmm.
can be anyone. Because at the end of the day, he got mad enemies. That's why I said it could be so many of them that he could go after, and it could be so many of them that could go after him. That list is
Exactly.
long. Like,
Yep. We already seen it
Facts.
was somebody unlikely before that did it.
hmm
Remember Brandon and
right.
Kuji's mother did it. So we already seen it with somebody that we never expected. She might come back to finish the job because remember she was
Yeah.
pissed off.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be at the prom night too. They're gonna go to their graduation, go to prom, be all happy and celebrating, and then we gonna go from laughing and being happy to being in tears.
Oh
Cause I hope
Lord.
they don't do the whole. I hope they don't do the police shooting. Y'all know the shy be trying to do that, stuff like that. But I hope that's not what they do because there is a moment where Bakari is gonna get pulled. Well, it looked like he's
Yes, and
possibly
don't he got
getting
yes,
pulled
we
over.
see him running. Yeah.
Yeah, and that could be another because the shy is real social. You know what I'm saying? Like, and most
Mhm.
shows have tapped into this at some
Well,
Mhm.
they
point, and
didn't they already touch on it, EJ, when
but it wasn't a shooting
Jake
though.
no, oh
But
no, it wasn't a shooting, but it was a
Yeah.
yeah,
brutality.
Yeah.
yeah. And so I think I always thought about that's a possibility too. And I was like, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to see that part of it. I don't want to see that. I want to see him go out. Like if he is the one, I want to see him do something selfless and I would rather see him save Papa's, like have this moment of redemption almost. Like we know
Right.
he out here doing this dirt, but or doing what he has to do because I don't even want to call it that. I feel like Bakari's in a bad place and he just doing what he got to do to survive. He in survival mode, just like he said.
Mhm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I would rather
Yeah,
see
yeah.
him have a redemption moment. I think that would be cool. I don't want to
It's
see him
gonna
die, but
be
I mean, get
interesting.
unalive. But
OT says it's every episode is 2 months later.
he's like,
Listen,
what?
2 months later, every episode is 2 months later than before. Yeah, that might be right because you figured they
Mm-hmm.
was in winter, then the last thing was supposed to be 420. Graduations typically take place about May, June. So you might be right with
Yeah,
that.
because remember they
They
did
always have time
Christmas.
lapses.
Remember they
They
Mm-hmm.
did
always have
Christmas.
those time lapses, real subtle. They subtle,
Mm-hmm.
but they be time lapses, and you be like, wait a minute, and then be like, oh, okay, there was a time lapse. I think that's what I also like about this show. In my opinion, it has more realism in the sense of the way they do time, the way they go from character to character. It feels like they try to touch on, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I don't know. I just like the format of it. I've always appreciated that. I don't know if I
Angel
can look
be
at
cracking me up, yo.
what Angel say.
That's how I felt
Barbie can go
the
pow
last season.
pow.
They was like, yeah, what you either.
What did she say? I couldn't see it.
She
She
said
said
Bakari can
Bakari
go
can.
pow pow.
Oh, I felt that way about him last season. This
That's
season,
it. And I
Nah.
felt
I'm
like
different.
they was trying to change his character so that way, then he ends up having that change and then they take out. But that's still something we saw already before. But I ain't going to, it is what it is, y'all. But anyway, that was the shy, y'all. Okay. That was the shy.
Oh, they did it with Ronnie. I was like, who did it? You
Yes.
my Ronnie. Ronnie, yeah. They did do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they
Mm-hmm.
don't do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well
EJ, you've
then
been calling it. You've been calling it how they've been recycling storylines.
Yeah.
they do recycling the hell
We,
out of
we
it.
have seen some cycling. It's been like we've been here before. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how it's all gonna work out. But Moochie, what you got going on, girl? What you gonna be
Well,
bringing the
the
people?
I got some uploads that I'm putting up. I got a special thing we're gonna keep in mind. Thursday night is movie night with the ladies. We'll
Mm-hmm.
be doing the third part of New Edition. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
what else I got going? And Friday trends and topics. So keep y'all notifications on and holler at your girl.
Oh, T said Papa girlfriend is the ops. I can't, yo.
Here you go.
She might be.
Oh, no. Listen. And what you got going on, EJ?
So tomorrow, Tamika's Den and I will do Zatima. We'll recap that around 9:15. I believe that's what time we're going on. I think that's what time I have it set. I don't think I even got it set up yet, but I'm gonna go set it up. No, I do got it set up. I do got it set up, Donna. I think I got it set up. Yeah, it's set up. I had to think about it, girl. It's just been a lot with our lives. I'm confused. But so we're gonna do that tomorrow, and then on Thursday, we have the movie night. We pretty much do the same stuff with each other for the most part. So all the stuff that we got going on. And then as far as just separate, we gonna do the same thing again. All the Queen's Men. We got the finale recap party coming up on that one. So
I'm looking forward
definitely
to that.
gonna be doing some giveaways. So if you watch all the Queen's Men, your girl is gonna be doing some giveaways on that one. So come through. And then other than that, just getting ready for Power. I haven't did no videos on Power, y'all. I've been sleeping. And so Power is coming back, and then I think that's all that's really coming back. I think that's all we got. All the Queen's Men is ending for now on break. Then we got Power, and then we got Zatima. That's all I got right now. I don't think I got anything else that I can think of.
Okay. Well, I have my Zatima up, my all the policemen, the shots up, left during lockup is up. We did throwback Sunday movie classic coffee. Okay, check that out, y'all. Make sure that y'all vote in the poll for what's gonna be the next classic one that we gonna be doing. The order that y'all choose is, the order that we go in. And for the rest of this week, tomorrow, like EJ says, the team of Thursday night, movie night. And then it just keeps going and going and going. And yes, we're gonna be doing Force. Okay, we're gonna keep these collabs going. We're gonna be doing Force. We're gonna be doing Rap-ish when that comes. Now we heard about, Raising Canaan. I can't wait for that December 1st. So we probably gonna be collabing on that. We're gonna be bringing y'all collab after collab after collab after collab. But I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in tonight. Savannah, thank you for coming through. Yes, new edition. The last part is this Thursday. So come through if y'all can. Brown Sugar, OT, Detroit, Brillo. Thank y'all all for stopping through. Tina, Kendall. Child, I'm trying to see as many names as I can. LSW, Monica M. Yes. Definitely appreciate all of y'all for stopping through.
Savannah, Monica M, OT, Detroit Kings.
Yeah.
Leisha
Thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all for coming through.
Definitely appreciate it.
Thank
And
you,
I think that I'm going to probably...
I am doing The Wire tomorrow with Miss K.
Okay. So y'all make sure y'all go and check out The Wire with Muchi. Miss K, she's been breaking that down. Shout out to the ladies, all the ladies all over the YouTube streets, okay? I rocks with the fellas, but gotta shout the ladies out too.
All right, and don't forget to check out my website, guys. www.tvjunkiemerch.com. My merch store is back up and running. Well, it's up and running, not back up, but it's up and running. So definitely check that out, and I'll add stuff every single week.
Yellowstone is my show.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Somebody else asked me to do that. Yellowstone.
Yes, that's my show. And
I thought y'all did Yellowstone.
Nah, they did. I didn't do Yellowstone. Neither did Tulsa. But somebody did ask me about doing Yellowstone. But they were so far where I gotta really catch up.
Yeah, I love Yellowstone. I watch that. I'll be telling everybody to watch it. That's a really good show. Something else, if y'all not watching a Lioness, is Fire.
Yeah, that I want to talk about that.
Justified Primal Fire. Okay. And y'all know I'll be doing my What You Should Be Watching on the weekend, talking about all the shows that come out in September, and I'll probably be doing a self-care Saturday. We'll see, because this is a hard week for me. be lifted up if you can. I'm trying to push through. But, make it do what it do. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. And please listen to Kendall, okay? If you have not hit that like, if you have not subscribed.
And turn on the notifications, y'all.
Yes, absolutely.
And please go to everybody's channel and like. I know we streaming simultaneously, but please, it helps a lot. Please hit the like button. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Night. Later.